Hi, gluten-free friends, Liquid here, and welcome to another episode of the Travel Gluten-Free podcast. Today's episode is going to be so fun because I'm going to be talking about how to travel gluten-free in Puerto Rico. And I was recently there a few months ago, and we're going to be talking about restaurants in Puerto Rico, gluten-free restaurants, how to get to Puerto Rico, the airport, the beaches of Puerto Rico, and also my stay at Park Royale Homestay, the restaurants I ate at when I was in Puerto Rico, and how to find gluten-free food in Puerto Rico. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy this episode on gluten-free Puerto Rico.
Welcome to the Travel Gluten-Free podcast, where you can listen in on how to lead a gluten-free lifestyle with more fun and ease. Travel gluten-free is like having a best friend by your side to give you the most up-to-date gluten-free traveler information. Let Travel Gluten-Free be your #1 source for tips, tricks, and advice you can use to safely navigate your next gluten-free travel adventure. Enjoy food, enjoy travel, and enjoy life. And now, here's your show host, Illiquity.
All right, my friends, welcome to Season 9, Episode 14 of the Travel Gluten-Free podcast. If you're new, welcome. We have many amazing episodes you want to go back and check out to learn how to travel gluten-free safely. And definitely make sure you follow and subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening to Travel Gluten-Free. And please leave me a review so others who are gluten-free, who love to travel, will find this podcast and be able to learn how to travel gluten-free. Season 9, Episode 14, we're talking about gluten-free travel in Puerto Rico. So first, how to get to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has they have more than one airport, I believe, but the one main airport goes right into San Juan. The Puerto Rico airport is fabulous. It's like so bright and so tropical, and I love going to Puerto Rico. It's just so much fun. And the airport is amazing. I've never eaten at any of the airport restaurants. I don't know that I would trust any of the airport restaurants there. I've never had to stay in the airport for very long, but it's pretty easy to get in and out and pretty simple to find your way around in the airport at San Juan, which is where they're going to drop you off. There's rental cars there. You can rent a car. Definitely get it ahead of time because, oh my gosh, the rental car lines are so long in Puerto Rico. So you definitely, when you land in San Juan, make sure you jump in line as soon as possible so that you can get your rental car and be on your way. And you definitely want a rental car. It's very hard to Lyft or Uber in Puerto Rico, although you can Uber sometimes, but it's pretty limited. And I would probably would not recommend Ubering outside of the city of San Juan. So if you're in the main capital city, you should be fine. But other than that, you're probably not going to find an Uber or Lyft. So if you are traveling anywhere outside of the city, the main city, San Juan, when we visited Humacao, Puerto Rico, which is on the eastern side, which is an hour from San Juan, we actually stayed there and we got a rental car. And it's pretty easy to navigate the streets because Spanish is super similar to English. The only thing is you have to watch out for the potholes. There's tons of potholes in the highways and streets in Puerto Rico, and the traffic is pretty insane at rush hour. So you want to avoid rush hour as well. So the beaches, public and private, there's public beaches, there's private beaches. The one beautiful beach we went to was Luquillo Beach. It's Luquillo. That was a fabulous beach. A lot of locals go there. So you can ask the locals. That is on the north side. I think it's the northeast side of the island. So if you're on the west side, I would go to a restaurant and ask a local, like, hey, where do you go to the beach? Because there are some super touristy beaches that are going to be overcrowded, but you want to find out where the locals go and go to those beaches like Luquillo Beach. Luquillo Beach was fabulous. There were stores, there was restaurants. There's a restaurant we could eat at there. And it was a really great experience. The beach was beautiful. It was sunny. It was warm. They had rental chairs, which were like $25 for 2 chairs for all day. Super inexpensive. It's a great place to travel if you're on a budget because, it was probably a $700 ticket round trip. And I went in April. Besides the plane ticket, oh my gosh, buying stuff there is definitely less expensive than buying stuff in the States. So your dollar will go a little bit farther in Puerto Rico. And because it is a territory of the United States, there isn't a foreign currency there and you don't need a passport to get to Puerto Rico. So those are 2 benefits to traveling to Puerto Rico. So we were at the place that we stayed was called Park Royale Homestay, and they had their own private beach. Oh my gosh, it was such a beautiful place to stay. And I really loved staying there because we had a full kitchen. We had 2 separate bedrooms. It was beautiful. It was amazing. We were right next to the pool. Loved it. So Park Royale Homestay is a great place to stay. It is an hour southeast of San Juan, the capital, and they have their own private beach. Now, some people were complaining about the seaweed, which I find is kind of silly because I'm like, you're at the ocean. There's going to be seaweed. It didn't smell horrible or anything. It was just, you had to walk past the seaweed, which is not a big deal for me. And if it met the ocean, I kind of expect to see seaweed. Now, there was a lot of it, but I mean, it wasn't covering the entire beach. There were plenty of places to sit and, enjoy the beach. At Park Royale Homestay, if you're staying there, they give you a beach chair and a umbrella which is complimentary, unless they run out of them. So really wonderful. I just got a beach chair for the day. I didn't get an umbrella. I wanted the sun. It was so warm and amazing. And they have amazing pools there too that you can swim in at Park Royale Homestay. It is the only place I've ever stayed in Puerto Rico, but I love that. And I am booked another trip back to Puerto Rico in January to stay at that same exact resort because I really liked it so much. And I really love the fact that they had a full kitchen. The kitchen wasn't super well stocked, but it was okay. But it was great, which we're going to take a break right here. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the restaurants I ate at and how to food shop in Puerto Rico to find safe gluten-free food. Hey, gluten-free friends, it's Liquidy. We know that traveling gluten-free can be hard, but you know what? It doesn't have to be impossible. You can still travel and be independent, have fun, and be in control of your life. Travel the way you want to, even with celiac disease. I know because I travel extensively several months out of the year with celiac disease. If you want to get started on learning more about how to travel gluten-free, grab my free ebook, 10 Tips for Traveling Gluten-Free. In my ebook, you're going to find the basics of traveling gluten-free, from the questions you need to ask when dining out to air travel and cruise travel advice. You're going to find my top tips that I've learned from my expertise. Get your free ebook today by visiting my newly revamped website, www.travelglutenfreepodcast.com. Go to the bottom of the welcome page where you're going to see the beautiful Caribbean boat picture. Click there and sign up today. Receive your free ebook, which is going to be dropped directly into your inbox. Remember, go to www.travelglutenfreepodcast.com. Go to the bottom of the welcome page and get your free ebook and find out my top tips for traveling safely when you're gluten-free. All right, my friends, we're back with season 9, episode 14 of Gluten-Free Travel in Puerto Rico. One of the things you definitely want to know is that the best place to get food in Puerto Rico is Walmart. So you can find a local Walmart. They have some gluten-free options there. I was surprised that they had like gluten-free cake mix and stuff, but they do have some decent gluten-free options. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's enough to get by for your vacation for sure. Like, produce, of course, is an easy one. They have eggs, they have almond milk, they have all the staples. So if you just need to go and you're just getting staples, perfectly fine to go shop at Walmart. I haven't shopped at any of the local supermarkets. And if I did, I'd bring my Equal Eats cards. Most people in Puerto Rico, there's a lot of people who speak English and Spanish. But, with the food allergies, again, I always want to stress the importance of it. So I just bring my Equal Eats cards with me to show people that when I am shopping. But Walmart is great. Find a local Walmart that you're at and where you're at and just go and, food shop there, which is another reason to buy a rental car or get a rental car, because it's just so much easier when you're trying to find food to just, get in your rental car and go food shopping. So some restaurants I ate at. So in Humacao, which is on the east side, I did eat at Chihuahua Tex-Mex Cantina, which is right inside the Palmas Resort. So in the Palmas Resort, there's a plaza and they have several restaurants in there. You can't eat at all of them, but one of them you definitely can't eat at is Chihuahua Tex-Mex Cantina. I had my Equal Eats allergy card and explained I had celiac disease. The owner was very serious about being careful with my allergy. My food came out the first time and it wasn't right. So she brought it back right the second time and it was perfectly good. And so definitely the Chihuahua Tex-Mex Cantina is a good place to eat. Another place I ate at while I was there was called La Pescaderia. The only thing I will say about this restaurant, excellent seafood, but it's right on the harbor or the inlet there, and the smell off the inlet isn't great. So it smells like old fish because the water is kind of stagnant. But food, again, is really good. I gave my chef the Equal Eats cards, and he said I could eat the mahi with the butter and I think the house salad. So that's what I got. It was perfectly fine, and the mahi was excellent. The food was excellent. They had to modify my dish, but it was still good food and it was safe. So I was very excited about that. Another place that I ate, which I was not expecting, was an Italian restaurant at the resort that had gluten-free pasta. They also had the sausage appetizer that was gluten-free. And again, it was called Cafe de la Plaza. It was right inside the resort. There was several restaurants in this resort that I could eat at safely, which is another reason why I am going back in January, because the Park Royale homestay is definitely an upper end resort. If you're looking to get a discount rate on that place in Puerto Rico, please contact me through my website, travelglutenfreepodcast.com, and I can help you get a discount rate on that, so that you're not paying as much for that stay. But they have several restaurants in the resort area, and the resort area is great because they have little golf carts, and you just call them up and say, hey, I need a ride to the restaurant. They'll pick you up wherever you're at and drive you to wherever you want to go. If it's the restaurant, if it's the beach, if it's the plaza, anywhere inside the thing. Of course, they're not going to take you outside to the Walmart, but they'll pick you up in the little golf cart or their van and take you to any of the places inside the resort, which is super convenient. And that is a complimentary service they have for people that are staying at the Park Royale homestay. That's really a great benefit to staying there. And so there's lots of different places there that I could eat. There was a couple other places there that I could have eaten at, but since we were making most of our dinners at our resort room, we didn't eat out a lot. We only had those 3 places to eat out, but I do know there were a couple other places listed on the app. And also there are places down in downtown San Juan you can eat safely. There are several places. You go on Find Me Gluten Free and just check out, and I'll go on here. So on Find Me Gluten Free, if you are on the video part, you can see that you can put in an address. And so one of the things I love to do is I love to go in there and say like, hey, here's San Juan, Puerto Rico. I'm going to be going there. And then you can make a list. Oh, sorry about the glare. You can make a list ahead of time, which is super awesome. So in San Juan, there's Juan Pan Pizza, Santeia, Acapulco, Abracadabra, Budar, Believe Bar and Grill, Paulina Escante's Gourmandis, Nuevo Mercado, Lana's Healthy Bistro and Juice. And of course, these are just places that are listed. For dedicated gluten-free, there are no dedicated gluten-free. So if you don't feel comfortable eating at a place that's not dedicated gluten-free, you'll definitely want to pack a lunch with you if you are in Old San Juan, because there's so many amazing activities to do, like the fort, and there's museums all around. And there's also beaches there in just, downtown San Juan, although I would definitely take the trip to Luquillo Beach because it's amazing. But there's so many things to do in downtown San Juan that you could spend 2 or 3 days doing. And so definitely bring a lunch if you don't feel comfortable eating at a place that is not dedicated gluten-free, because there are no dedicated gluten-free restaurants in downtown San Juan at this time. So anyway, but there's lots of other places to eat that are safe. One of the rules I do when I go out to eat and I travel is I don't eat pizza, because if you're going to get sick, it's most likely going to be pizza. So I just avoid pizza places unless it was a dedicated gluten-free pizza place, which I have not found when I'm traveling it. That's one of the things I do, just to be aware for myself and my own food safety. All right, my friends, I hope this has been super helpful. If you have any other questions about Puerto Rico, please contact me. I've only been there once, but it was an amazing experience and I'm definitely going back. Beautiful weather. It's sunny. It's warm. It's fantastic. I would definitely highly recommend San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico in general, anyone who is looking for sun and sand and beautiful weather and really friendly people on their vacation and lots of just really fun things to do. Or if you just want to chill, you can kick back and chill and have just a relaxing vacation. I hope you're having a great day. Remember to please rate and review Travel Gluten Free Podcast on your favorite podcast player. And remember also to enjoy food, enjoy travel, and enjoy life. This is Liquidy signing off for this episode, and I will see you next week.
Travel Gluten Free Podcast is a production of Travel Gluten Free LLC. Looking for a great way to connect with over 2,000 consumers per month? Contact Liquidy for information on sponsorship levels to boost your business. Subscribe today so you won't miss a single episode of Travel Gluten Free. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.